memories as your time with the Florida Panthers, but just, I don't know if it's any different, certainly not the first time, but just the idea of facing the athletes.
Yeah, it's. I think it's exciting. There's still some aspect to it that obviously some great memories with this club. Ones that I won't forget anytime soon, and I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. But that being said, it's competition, and I know a lot of those guys, but I'm here to compete and I'm here to win. And you saw that in the playoffs last year when we went head to head against them and took them to 7. So. It's a game on our schedule that I'd be lying if I said I didn't have games like these circled. There's always a few that mean a little bit extra, and this is one of them. So we're just coming in here tonight with a big 2 points on the line. We know where we're at in the standings, especially with these guys, and it's so tight in our conference, or in our division. So we're just excited to get going against these guys.
Not cutting any deals.
Not cutting any deals. No, not tonight.
Talked about the standings. How different do these divisional matchups feeling, considering how crazy the East is right now?
Yeah, you said it. It's every game matters, and especially the ones in the division with how tight it is. I think there's only 6 or 7 points that separate first from last or something like that. So every game means something, especially the second half of the year. Obviously, teams are starting to get ready and trying to find that identity before playoffs come. So I think we're kind of, as of late, we've started to get a little bit more and more, and we're playing more complete and more consistent. So that's a good sign for our group.
What's the key to beating this Panthers team? Is playing quite well right now.
Yeah, there's things that I still use to this day that I learned in that system, and I know how they're going to play, and it's going to be tight checking. They're not going to give up a lot off the rush, and that being said, I think we just have to use our speed and trust the system that, when we put pucks behind their D, we got guys that are going to be on the puck and on them, because that's what we expect from them. We're going to go back to get pucks in our end, and they're going to have two guys real close, and they're going to be very well connected. So I think we almost have to play that kind of game, and that's the kind of game we've been trying to play throughout the season. And like I said, I think we've gotten a lot better at it these past few games, few weeks.
This is their first trip to Canada this year. What do you remember about playing down there and the weather switch?
Yeah, you forget when the snow starts falling. There's freezing rain on the road. That once upon a time you were seeing guys driving golf carts to the rink. So it's obviously a bit of a switch, but. They fly all over the place, so I'm sure they've been up to colder spots already too. But it's definitely not a bad gig when you leave the rink in your shorts and a t-shirt.
It probably gets them in a hockey mood, right? To be in a hockey environment.
Yeah, that's it. Especially a team like Toronto, obviously. The size and magnitude of playing for the Leafs and playing in this arena. So there's Leafs fans everywhere, all over the world. So it's definitely a big market.
You've been a teammate of Oliver's for a couple seasons now. What was it like?
I was so proud of him. I don't think this is his first. I believe he's played in one in the past, but it's been a little while for a lot of these guys, and he's earned every opportunity that he's put himself in such a good spot, and he's been such a rock star for us. Not just last year, but this year. And with the injuries on our back end, he's been playing so well, and you can kind of put him in all situations. You kind of see the side of him, the competitor, the grit that I don't think a lot of people expected that in his game. I think he obviously is a skilled guy, but you see him in the corners, and he's not afraid to scrum it up in front of the net and in the corners either. So when I saw the news that morning, I opened my phone. I was just so happy for him, and my wife and I are obviously going back to Florida, good friends of his and his wife, and I was so excited to just give him a big hug and tell him congratulations. So we're going to be it's weird because you obviously want Canada to do well, being a Canadian boy, but there's going to be guys that I'm going to be pulling for, and he's definitely one guy that I'm going to be watching.